Your headphones off this one. I am normal, Bobby. I don't know what you're talking about.
So am I.
Yep, and we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to your absolutely crazy Tuesday evening entertainment. Motovloggers Behaving Badly. Man, we are happy to see you all. And before we even get started, first thing I'd like to do is say a happy birthday to our friend Weggy, who hopefully will be on soon. And let's meet our panelists. I feel like I'm on a game show now. Let's meet our panel. Behind curtain number one, the Yorkshire Biker. You want to say hello to everybody?
Hello, guys.
And of course, there's Suffolk Andy.
Hello, glasshoppers.
The fantabulous Skeggy Cruiser.
Oh, my dogs. I didn't.
And the master of disaster, Jasper Chase.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
I've got to say though, Bobby, this is becoming a little bit of a DIY show. There's me in the kitchen and there's a bloke in the garage.
Oh, yeah.
It's DIY with us vloggers.
Oh man, we're gonna have somebody in the basement and somebody in the attic.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Oh man, I'd love to do it in my attic. I could just sit there and play pool while we're doing the hangout.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh man. So now that we got us folks here, I guess we can run down the line and see if there's any special news going on here. So we'll start again with the Yorkshire Biker. Any news for us?
Yeah, my bike's broke.
Oh.
Again.
Oh.
Well, it's the same problem, and I can't figure out what it is.
Well, what's happening?
It's overheating and just using loads of water. We've flushed all the system through. There's no air blocks. Checked thermostat, and it's had a new head gasket. It's got a new head and all sorts, but it's still doing it. So, no idea.
Wow.
Not a C90.
I say you take a little bit of aluminum foil and you get the shiny side facing towards your engine and just plaster it all around anything near the engine and the exhaust and see if that works. There you go. Who needs to watch Doughboy's Garage? Well,
I said, Hobin, what's a garage?
Garage.
Doughboy's Garage.
It's a garage.
It's a garage. He's got it right now, mate.
It's a garage. I actually enjoy watching Doughboy's Garage, so yeah, I need to watch Doughboy's Garage. Alrighty, well we hope everything gets worked out with your bike, dude. Cause
Yeah, definitely.
Me too.
Otherwise it'd be the Yorkshire Walk then, 93.
The Yorkshire pedestrian.
I think I'd changing my name to Cyclist just in case.
Oh man! All right, so Andy, any news for us?
Not really. It's the weather here is just atrocious. It's probably the same where these boys are. High winds, lashing rain, fence panels coming out. You name it. It's just been shit. So today, if you went out on a bike today, mate, you'd just be off with the hurricane. You know, that's just horrible. The weather in Britain at the moment. Just shit.
Wow.
Yeah, sucks, man. We're getting rain right now. They're talking about snow again, and I said that would be the perfect reason for me to.
Just the wind here at the moment, Bobby. It's so bloody strong. It's unbelievable.
60 miles an hour around my end.
Yeah, I thought this morning my missus was upstairs, and I thought she was moving furniture upstairs. And when she come down, she said, "Did you hear that wind?" I thought he was moving furniture. She said, "No, it was a bloody wind. That was that bad." Yeah.
Yeah, it's raining really, really bad here too. It's
Bollocks.
So you sat there. You
You boys don't know how bloody easy you get it down in them bloody places, I tell you. You want to come over here for a bloody week, boy, you'd be fucking shooting yourself. It's fucking awful in Britain, the weather.
It's 5 degrees and not a cloud in the sky right now. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty awesome.
We had 182 kilometre winds today.
Yeah.
How fast?
182, whatever that is.
Oh my god.
Yeah, around there we've had trees ripped up and all sorts.
Is it a hurricane?
It's got a lot in it. 182 is what? 100 and... Was it
Nearly as fast as my scooter.
It's currently faster.
Yeah. Well, it still works, it just gets hot.
That's because you took it through a car wash, mate.
No, they won't let me do that. I went, but obviously you've got to buy tokens, haven't you? And they won't sell me any.
Oh God!
Wow. Yeah, I'll tell you, my wife works in the Empire State Building, and sometimes I'll go up and just like meet up with her when she's at work, like for lunch or something, or to pick her up to come home or whatever. And on windy days, it's insane because you just feel that entire building swaying back and forth. And people on the bed don't realize that, but that thing moves, and it moves.
No way.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. So, let's see. Skeggy, you got any news for us?
No, buddy, I wish I had. It's just been terrible weather, and I went on the Easter run to deliver the Easter eggs to the kids' hospital, and got absolutely drenched on the way there and on the way back. So I've not. I've been out since, but it's just so windy. In between the decent bits of sunshine we do get, you tend to have all the wind at the moment. So it's just hard work.
Wow.
But no news, no topic really. Unfortunate for Nobby.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot Easter's coming up. Oh, and that reminds me, for some of my friends who celebrate the Greek Easter, I am actually not going to be around. So if you're watching this right now, which I know a couple of you are, Christos Tanasti, and I'll see you next year. All right. Let's see. Wow, we got Lighted Up 550 has joined us, and so has Mr. B, which of course warrants a big old hearty, happy.
Golf clap. Golf clap.
So we're gonna come right back to them, but of course, Jasper, since you were here first, you got any news for us? Although I did see some news.
Actually, I do. I got a couple things. So, are you guys familiar with the Resistance?
I have heard of it.
No.
Yeah.
But it's like it's part of the motovlogging community. Downshift 83 kind of started the whole thing. Well, I want to show you something. Oh,
He's lifting up the entire desk to show us.
I
The
am.
entire garage.
I don't know if you can see it, but I got my Resistance sticker.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's exciting. And I went diving the other day and thought it'd be really cool to put my GoPro on my little head wrap thing. And I did my backwards fall off the boat, and now it is sitting at the bottom of the ocean.
Oh God.
It's getting some really good footage though, so whoever finds it is good stuff. Good stuff. So
That's a schoolboy error, that one. God,
yeah. So and of course it was the one with my Cena backpack on it and my 64 gig SD card. So I just ordered all new stuff, so I won't be motovlogging for about a week or so. Yeah, exactly, Skaggy. So I won't be vlogging, but fortunately I have probably 5 or 6 hours worth of actual good footage to use for vlogging, so I'll just put all that stuff up.
When you go scuba diving with the GoPro next time, use the goggle strap clip that you put on your goggles, so
Yeah.
that you can actually not lose your GoPro.
Yeah. Well, what's ironic is I have the koozie floaty little backpack, but it was on the other one, and for some reason, I don't know why, I hooked the wrong one up to the headset, and I paid for it very dearly. It was about a $360 mistake.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Ouch, yeah.
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
Like
Yeah.
so the GoPro, the Cena backpack, and the 64 gig card, it's all merged up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, usually, if you buy a GoPro, you can usually get like a 32 gig card or another card, some sort of card with it. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's
a deal, so it's not that bad.
And honestly, it's not even about the money. It's just the sheer fact that I had so much really, really good diving footage, and it's all gone. Like, I have to redo all that stuff, which is fine. I'll go out on the boat again at some point, but it just sucks because it was really good footage.
Oh, yeah.
You should do a hunt for it.
We tried. It was only about 3-foot visibility, and it was in 25 feet of water. So, and the fire coral was just, it was painful to be down there. So we had to give up looking for it.
Yeah, so you'll have to go on the boat again and do the dive again. That just sounds so awful, really.
I know. He always got the worst things to complain about, like
I know.
having to clean his bike because he lives 5 minutes from the beach.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like, just all of these like first world problems.
I'm not used to these headphones. Did you say you lost it muff diving?
He needs to do another muff, mate. He'll be able to find it if he goes down second time.
Dude, that muff was 25 feet deep.
No, Christ, that was a big muff. You need us all to help you.
Just reach your arm up in there good and you'll find
Yeah,
it.
we'd be like little piggies at the trough.
Get someone to hold your leg.
Wasn't funny.
I'm telling Mrs. JC said that.
Oh, dear God, this is going in such...
I didn't say anything about your wife.
Besides, you can always
You
strap a
just
panties
implied
on.
that with the muff you were diving.
What?
Oh, God, okay. Okay. Wow.
Oh, I do have one more thing. And Beast Rider, you know this, but guys, if you haven't seen it yet, go check out my latest video. I shouted out the man himself. So I'm sorry that I stole your intro. I hope that's okay.
Dude, I thought it was awesome. Like I said in the comment, that actually drew a couple of droplets of water from the eyeballs.
Right on, man. Right on.
Thank you so much for that. That's just wow. Wow, that's
Yeah, man.
that is amazing, you know. And hey, I'm glad that I could have that kind of an influence, you know.
Even I welled up when I watched it, I tell you. I nearly had a tear or two. I had to get a hanky. Unusual for me, I tell you. I don't cry fuck all, but that one made me fucking wheel right up.
A hanky, most guys just use a sock. Oh, wait. No.
I was being posh
I
there,
just use
you
my
know.
dog.
I was being posh, you know.
Wow.
I was trying to be English there, you know, trying to talk about a hanky. You know, I was trying to talk about a hanky. Hanky.
Little pinky in that hanky?
Yeah. Little pinky when you drink a tea.
Oh, man. So much flack for doing that. I do that all the time. Pinky in here. All right. So we're going to go and continue with the news. Mr. Let It Up 5.
Oh, I don't even want to talk about this week.
I'm just wondering if you have news for us.
Alright, so earlier this month, I was coming back from Daytona, and my resistance flag took flight and launched my key out of my ignition. So I lost my key on 95 earlier this month.
Oh.
And then, this past week, I had my spare key on all my keys. So instead of leaving it in the ignition and letting all that shit jangle on my handlebars, I took it off, I took them out, and I stuck them in my pocket. I forgot to zip up my pocket, and my keys are now on I-4.
Wow.
So I went back looking for them, and I ran out of gas, and I couldn't open up my gas cap. So I had to call Triple Allen, and he came out and rescued my ass. The next day, he came out with a trailer and picked up my bike that Wilkes let us borrow. So I pulled out the back end of the ignition switch so I can turn my bike on and off with my knife. And he had a little John Deere key that I can open my gas cap with. And
A John Deere. It's not a Harley, is it?
no, it's a Kawasaki. It's an 81 Kawasaki.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I just wondered with a tractor key fitting it.
That's right.
It's just a John Deere bum key. They work everything.
Wow.
Well, this is going from bad to worse, really, isn't it? We've got a lost GoPro at the bottom of the sea. We've got bloody keys. You know, we're gonna. I don't want to go on. In case it could be something worse.
I got to work yesterday, and I was turning off my keys, and the wires are exposed on the back end of the kill switch, and they arched on some metal, so I blew my main fuse and another fuse. So I had to run to the parts store before I could even get home. Like, I got to work, and I was turning off my bike, and I blew my fuses. So when the girl got in the morning, I was like, "Hey, Jess, you love me. I need to borrow your car so I can get home. Like, I need to go buy some fuses from the parts store. Let me borrow your car." And she's like, "Okay, yeah, no problem." So.
Wow, dude.
Wow, that sucks, bro.
So
Hey, just do a GoFundMe.
Yeah, GoFundMe me for $26 to get my keys replaced.
That's not a good bike.
No, I just called my mom and I'm waiting on that shit. That's my GoFundMe.
if we ever go to a bar together, I am always going to be designated driver because there's no chance of me giving you my keys. Just no. Man. All right. Wow, that's a lot to take in, dude. So, Mr. B, got any good news for us?
Wow, I probably haven't actually.
Oh God!
But
It's a Valium.
I'll keep my not so good news for a while. But other news. Let me think. Anything good? No. Nothing good at the moment.
Hey, you gotta prepare for. No.
Murphy's Law is hitting all of us, isn't it?
Oh man, yeah. All right.
Hey, I've got some good news. I'm here. There you go.
There you go. That's good news.
I did wake up today.
Yep. Sure.
Yeah, that's always good.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't. It's the way of the world.
Always look on the bright side of life.
Also, another good note is I've got bacon jerky.
Woo!
So I can't go wrong.
Bacon.
Brilliant.
I got bacon jerky.
That's the Walgreens brand.
Yeah, it was on sale for like $2 a pack. My sister picked them up for me.
Hell yeah.
So, and it's delicious. I'm addicted to this maple.
Yeah, don't even knock the Walgreens, man. That stuff is good, actually.
Yeah.
No.
Like, Walgreens shit is tasty.
And they still sell cigarettes, so good for
I
them.
know. Thank you, Walgreens, for still selling cigarettes. So I don't have to go down to that Haji Mart.
Alrighty. So now that we've got a good amount of people here, one of the things that I wanted to talk about, and it was just reinforced today, watching the video that our beloved Jasper put up. I was thinking about why we do what we do, why we strap cameras to the helmets, jump on our bikes, and start blabbing to ourselves, you know, and stick it up there on YouTube for all the world to see. Like, you know, what is the driving force behind our personal motovlogging, and I figured
You know,
everybody's going to have their own reason. You know, some of them might coincide with other people's reasons. Some of them might be so completely different that it just make you wonder. So yeah, why not just go down the line and see what makes us different? So I guess we'll continue with the order that we're in, and our very own Pound Puppy, the Yorkshire Terrier, can start first.
That's an old.
That's all he's going to be doing now. His bike is broken, taking his dog for a fucking walk.
I first got a camera when I did my cycling, but then I obviously got a bike, and I still had the camera, and I thought I'll give this a go, see what it's like, and then I've just stuck with it. So I didn't start out initially to do vlogging, but I ended up doing it. So yeah, we're all good.
All right. All right. So the cycling is what got you started then.
Pretty much, yeah. I got it just for safety purposes, really.
All right. Very cool. How about you, Mr. Suffolk Andy?
Well, I used to watch a lot of YouTube, and then I sort of cordoned on to these motovloggers, and I was watching a few, you know, the top ones, you know, over here, a couple of American ones as well. And I was sitting here one day with my son, and he turned around and he said, "Dad, you could do that." And I said, "Don't be so friggin' stupid, boy, I'm too old." And he said, "No, Dad, you could do it." Anyway, cut a long story short, he got me to go online, and I bought a drift. And started up that way, really, and carried on ever since. Why do I do it? Of course I do it for the fame and fortune that I make out of it. Being well known all over the world and being slapped on the back every time I go into town. And if you believe that, you'll believe any fucking thing. But most of the time, when I think like that, I fall out of bed and I hit my head. It's like a dream. But no, I don't do it for that at all. I don't know, and I really don't know. I like doing it. Sometimes I find it a chore. Sometimes I enjoy it. I love the meetups, you know, and stuff like that, and going about and stuff like that. I just think that's a fun thing to do. And if you can do it, do it. Doesn't matter. You're only doing it for yourself. And if you can entertain other people at the same time, and they like what you do, and they must like what I do, so be it. You know, I've got no idea of stopping at the moment. I'm one of these people who in life get fed up with things very quickly, and most things I do them for so long, master them, and then quit. But at the moment, on this one, I'm gone longer than I have on most things, you know. So yeah, I'm happy. Yeah.
You must be still mastering it, Andy.
Oh Christ, yeah. I just wish though that I could be as clever as some, you know, on the editing and stuff like that. As you know, I still use bloody the most basic stuff, and I use one camera, and I don't edit that much because I just do a vlog right off the bat, and that's it. I might have to take one or two bits where I've made a cock up or I'm running my teeth in for my dog, you know, and that's it basically, you know. So yeah, I like to be a bit more clever and a little bit more savvy when it comes to editing and music and stuff like that, but I don't think I ever will, so I'll just carry on doing what I'm doing.
Well, Andy, I've got the original. I did a Throwback Thursday with one of my short films called The Lone Rider. That was actually filmed and edited with Microsoft Movie Maker.
Yeah, that's all I use. Yeah, it's still what I use. I don't use nothing else. I know how it works, and if I don't know a little bit about it, I get my daughter down and she just fixes it up for me, and I carry on like that. I'm quite happy with it. Yeah.
YouTube, my channel trailer has like the ghost stuff, like the ghost effects at the beginning.
Yeah.
I had no idea how to do that, so I Googled it and found it on YouTube, and that was it. Super easy.
Mm.
That's how I've been teaching myself Adobe. Like, I have some Adobe background with Photoshop and stuff just because that's what we learned in school. But I was all like, you know what, I'm getting into this. I want to learn the industry standing of film editing, and that was Adobe. So I went and found a copy of Adobe CS6 Master Collection on a torrent site, and I downloaded it, and I have a hacked copy.
Wait, hang on a second. You're telling me that you found an $800 fully usable program on a torrent?
Yeah.
All right, you and I are going to have to talk later because I'm saving up for CS6 because it's so freaking expensive.
Well, I didn't find it. My roommate, who's a tech nerd, found it. But if you come up here, he could probably throw it on your computer. He's throwing it on Alan's computer. That's what I'm teaching Alan how to edit with. Because he was using Movie Maker, and I was like, well, I've got this for free. Why don't we put this on your computer? You just got it on the computer.
All right, we'll get together later on that one.
Help me find a house in Orlando.
But now,
I'll get you CS6.
You realize that live on air, you just told everybody watching that you have a hacked copy. So, yeah, I got nothing to do with that, just in case.
Hey, just so you know, you can get something called Adobe Cloud, and you can sort of like rent it. I can't remember how much it is a month now, but basically
it's $20 a month in US.
Yeah, you get access to every single Adobe product.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty damn good.
Updates and stuff.
And you can stop it whenever you want, you know, but you get access to everything, every single product, so, you know. Just putting it out. I don't work for him, by the way. I'm just saying you can.
What is that, Skeggy?
Skeggy, you're next, bro.
Well, it's our good friend Spicy110, really. It's his fault. I sat watching his video and I thought, well, I normally ride along talking to myself anyway, so I'm sure I can do that. And nothing's changed. Just carry on as I were, really. Yeah, everything's about the same. I like the idea that I've got the camera all the time, just in case. Funny thing is, whenever I've got the camera on me, I don't seem to have problems. If the odd time I've gone, oh, sorry, I'll leave the camera at home, and guarantee somebody will pull out on me. So, I don't know, it's almost like a safety belt now.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I've got to say though, Skeggy, you was probably maybe the first person who ever gave me a shout out. And I remember that when I started, because I sort of watched one or two other people. I went on and done one, and it wasn't many weeks, about 3 or 4 weeks after I started, that you give me my first shout out, and that did work. That did work. There's no doubt about it. So thank you, mate.
Oh, I mean, a lot of people enjoy it. I love your videos. I can't fault them, mate.
Yeah, no, those are some great videos.
Yeah. Hey, that's why we do this, right?
That's right. I think there's so many different styles out there. At least you can flick and change between, and you can view what you want to view. I mean, we was on about it earlier. Just the fact that we hardly watch any TV anymore. Literally, a couple of things we record. The rest of it's just, I don't know. It's always YouTube. What's more interesting most of the time, because you're actually viewing what you want to view,
Exactly.
Definitely.
Yeah, that works for me. So, Joe.
Why did I get into motovlogging?
What's your reason for doing it?
Well, I bought a motorcycle, and then I needed to repair it, so I was looking on YouTube for motorcycle repairing videos. And I found motovlogging through just looking up motorcycle videos, how it is, and I like being the center of attention. Like, I'm just gonna put it out there, I'm an attention whore. So after watching motovlogging for a few years, and after giving me that push to really finish knocking out my bike, because I said once my bike is on the road, I'm going to become a motovlogger. So that kind of jumped my drive to getting my bike on the road. And here I am. I got my bike on the road. I bought a camera, And that's what she wrote.
All right, very nice. And Mr. B.
Well, I didn't really start my channel for vlogging. My very first video was how to change the chain and sprockets on a Hayabusa. And the reason being, I watched a guy called Dale's Boy Garage because I was looking for a chain and sprocket video. And I thought, you know, let's just see if there's one out there for the Hayabusa, and there wasn't. There was one that came close, but then I noticed that people were saying, okay, so what you need to do now is you put a bar between your rear wheel and you start doing the front sprocket nut, and I'm like, whoa, you're killing your wheels, what are you doing? And I couldn't find a decent video anywhere for a chain and sprocket, so I thought, you know what, I'll get a camera and I'll record myself doing my bike and then use and put it up there. So I did, and that was August the 5th, 2013, and it's had 8,500 views already and loads of great positive feedback on it. But so from there I thought, well, I'll do some more DIY videos, and then I was like watching other channels and I see someone who's doing this thing called vlogging, so I've thrown some of that in there as well. And I thought, you know what, if I do this properly, there'll be a record. So if I ever, well, I will die at some point, but it's a bit deep in the fact that I've got 2 kids and I know they're both into bikes already. My wife is into bikes, so I thought what I'll do is I'll leave a record for them so that they can learn how to ride, how to fix their shit, and be safe. So it's kind of all of that, and now here we are, and I'm just putting out vlogs and videos, and not many recently, but there will be some coming very soon. Mrs. B's about to go through a test, so things will start livening up again on that front, and also some more DIY. So there you go. That wasn't too long, but basically it's a permanent record, well, as long as YouTube's around anyway, of how to ride a bike and how to fix them.
Awesome.
Very cool. Very, very cool. All right.
Can I just jump in before you carry on? The one thing I did mean to say is the reason I still do it, and the reason I do it now, is not so much for the motovlogging, but more for the community that we've created around it.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, that's the next thing, isn't it? Community.
Yep. All righty, Jasper. What about you, sir?
Oh, wow. Why did I start motovlogging? Well, I've already done a vlog on this one, but as I'm sure you guys know, I started back in 2004, and it was a pretty awful time in my life. I don't want to get into all the details, but let's just put it this way. I found myself walking blindfolded onto a side road hoping a truck would hit me. It was a pretty dark time, and all I had was the internet, and my wife at the time was off. She was on base, and I was off base, and all I had was YouTube because we didn't have any internet or cable. So I was looking for a new bike because I knew my GS500 was about to die, and so I wanted to look at the Ninja 650R. So I did first-person view Ninja 650R. Well, guess who I got? Mornet 13. And so I started watching his videos, and for about 2 weeks, I just completely forgot about my depression and was like, oh my God, I got to do this. So I went out, and with the last bit of money I had, I bought a camera and threw it in my helmet and started going, and I blew up, and it was fantastic. And so like all these positive, wonderful comments that were coming to me for making these videos just like removed all depression that I had altogether. And I loved it, and it basically saved my life, so to speak. Not to get all deep or anything, but so fast forward, that bike died. I went through a whole bunch of other life stuff, and just recently I got back into it, and it's the same deal. I mean, it makes me happy. I mean, it's what I personally want to do full time. I love getting out there, sharing what I have to say. I love being the center of attention, and I feel like I'm pretty good at it. So it's basically to fulfill a really big passion I have in life.
Very cool.
I think most of us, and I think most vloggers will say, in our personalities, there is a little bit of that. How can I say it without being? We like to be known, and I think there's a part of all of us that has got that in us. You know what I mean? And I don't mean like fame and fortune or something like that, but it's nice to get these blogs out and people appreciate it, and it does give you a sense of worth over it as well. That people are taking time to like the stuff you do.
If
Without
people are
sounding-
looking for you for advice and you can give back in any way, not just in general, it makes you feel like a better person.
Oh yeah.
You feel like you're helping people.
Yeah, and people come to me for not just like how do I edit this video, or what's a good way to do an outro. I just answered a question right before I got on about because I was talking about my positive equity in my new car, and the kid is looking to buy a car. He's never bought one before, so he was asking me questions on how to buy a car. It's like, that's awesome to be able to give back my experience on that. So
Tell him not to buy a bike.
Craigslist. No.
That's how I bought all my vehicles, really.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know if I could do that.
Like,
Alright.
I pay cash for my vehicles. My first truck, 95 F-150, that I paid $1,100 for off of the kid who I went to school with. I came down to Florida and I sold it for $1,500.
Oh yeah.
I bought a '97 BMW 328i for $1,500 cash, and put that in a ditch. Then I bought my motorcycle for $800, tagged and titled for like $850 out the dealership door, but I found it on Craigslist.
Yeah, I like Joe because he's much like myself. He's a tight bastard.
Nice.
I didn't quite catch that.
I said I like Joe because he's much like myself. He's a tight bastard.
Yep. Pinch those pennies, baby. Pinch those pennies. Yeah. All right. So I guess this falls on my shoulders now, and I blame 5 people for my motovlogging. And those 5 people, the first person I ever found, which was I Am Ramekin, found him because I was looking up riding videos because I was determined I was going to ride again after being off for so many years, and I just wanted to see people doing it just so that I could tell myself, look, though it doesn't matter what happened to you before, just get the hell on the bike and just do what you got to do, And through him, I ended up finding 2 more people who were like right near me. It was DeFobra and Marcus 4303, and those dudes just like ridiculously cool, just insanely cool. And then I found Lori Jennifer. She's wild. She's crazy. She does. She rides on ice. The girl is just fun to watch, man. So much fun.
She's one of my favorite female bloggers.
She's definitely my favorite. Definitely.
It's her and Tank Girl, really.
Yeah, I haven't seen her yet.
Oh, Tank Girl's awesome.
Yeah. Tank Girl just gives no shits. Trying to get her girlfriend to like whip out her badge on cam.
Oh, yeah, okay. I don't know. I don't know.
Like, she's doing it as a joke,
Yeah.
but she's all like, hey, my videos are boring. Pull out your cooch. Type of thing.
All right. Well, because I knew that I was going to be, a cruiser rider, I started looking around trying to find, people who were vlogging riding cruisers, and I'm like, I don't see anybody. And somehow I found Skeggy Cruiser. First guy I found riding a cruiser, motovlogging, and from then on, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do this. I am totally gonna do this. Not only am I going to get back and ride again, I'm totally going to hook a camera to my helmet, and I'm going to do this too, because I know when I was riding before, I was blabbing to myself. I know I'm going to do the same thing. And that's exactly what I did. Now, we all, as humans, we want to get our point across. We want to get our thoughts out there. We want to have the ability to say what we feel. And I don't know about everybody else. All the experiences are going to be different. But growing up, I wasn't allowed to do that because my parents were crap. I basically turned to music as a way to get my thoughts and emotions and stuff out because I sure as hell wasn't going to be able to talk to them. But the vlogging kind of helped me with that. I was able to say things and able to get thoughts across without being, interrupted by stupidness and negativity. And once I did like the first few, I had to keep going. I just had to keep going. And as far as I'm concerned, as long as I'm riding, I'm going to continue doing it.
Mm-hmm. Right on.
Well,
The point is as well, Bobby, there's more and more people coming into it now, aren't they? You see new vloggers all the time. So the community is getting bigger and bigger. So I don't know how big it is, when you look on YouTube and you see all the other different aspects of YouTube, we must be still quite small. But, it's getting better and better all the time, I think. And I think the cameras will get better and better in the future as well.
Yeah. It's that ability to share, and to share universally that makes it.
Share yourself as well, Bobby, It's just what you do, and you are sharing yourself. There's no doubt about that. You're putting yourself out as a product,
That's exactly it. You get to share your thoughts, your feelings, and all that, and you get the feedback. And you build on the community, and the community is not only a very strong community, even from like the early days, it is a very open and accepting community. I mean, as with anything, there's always going to be cliques.
At the same time.
Yeah, you're always going to have your cliques, no matter what you do. But as bikers in general, I don't know anybody here who wouldn't stop to help another biker stop on the road, And as motovloggers, I don't know any motovlogger here who wouldn't stop to say, hey, you have this question, let me give you my answer, Let me see if I can lend a hand or help out some way. I'm always willing, and everybody I know seems to be always willing, so, that seems to be the general mode of the entire motovlogging community.
Exactly.
And I think it's great.
Oh, by the way, Bobby.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, the last video you did, the French little accent thing you did at the beginning, it's driving me crazy. I've heard it a million times, but what is it?
Oh no, I was just doing. I had a friend when I used to sell cars. I actually used to sell Subarus. I had a friend from Argentina. He had this really loud, very deep voice, and it was so very distinctive. And I was able to copy him, while I was working with him, and everybody thought it was a big thing. And like this really cool thing that I sounded just like him. So yeah, there's that whole the whole Argentina. I'm from the country in Argentina that's called does not exist yet.
I thought it was Italian.
Well, that was Spanish.
No, I miss that guy. He's a really, really cool guy. He just like vanished. Oh man, but yeah, I do think stuff like that. That's the first. I think that's the first time I ever actually put it in a vlog. But I do that stuff all the time. And you did the Russian thing, and I'm like, I can't wait for my wife to get home because she has to check the Russian thing. So like, she has to check that out.
That is correct. I like the YouTubes. Well, I had 500 hours in the accent bit challenge, so we're supposed to find out tomorrow who wins. So I'm hoping I won.
All right. Well, fingers crossed, dude.
Woo!
There you go. I should probably hit this Q&A before people think I'm not paying any attention to them. But
and just before you do, and if you tell that woman who joined you just to sort of calm it down a bit with the banging, making a loud cup of coffee.
Oh man, I think that one was to you. But let's see. Biker says they've got rain, hail, sleet, and snow over there today. All going horizontally. So, yeah. Wow. I'm glad I'm not over there right now.
Yeah, it's a bit windy.
H60 Riders, hey, what's going on, guys? Well, we got this hangout going on.
What's going on, people?
Yeah, I miss Kev. We got Bex88 with hey hey and the smiley face.
Hey.
She also says 50-mile-an-hour winds here today, Andy. I'm guessing the same down your end.
Certainly was. Certainly is.
Change your diet.
Get some shredded wheat in there.
Yes. Fantastical Sergeant Markin says, say what?
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 I think we might have said
Wait a second, why isn't Markins on here with us?
I know he should be on here. I would. Oh, that would be so awesome to have him on here. Are you kidding?
Seriously?
He's camera shy, isn't he?
No,
Can we have him on with clothes?
He does his own hangouts.
Yeah. You know what? I don't know if he's gonna get it, but I am going to just see if I can send him a wing. Just for
Don't
that.
really, but just forewarn him that there's no eating bananas in the hangout.
What?
Yeah, exactly. Say what?
All right. Well,
I think Chase is trying to simulate our British weather.
oh man, I'm looking for a way to send him a link. I don't see a way to send him a link. All right. Well, in that case, I'm going to go to my profile, and I'm going to.
Have them on Facebook.
Yeah, Markins, get your ass in here.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I am going to send my profile just to see, because I would love to have him on here. The dude is absolutely fantastic. You know, I mean, I don't know if you saw any of his old videos before they vanished, but man, he's funny. He's just cool. Seriously cool. All right, and the last bit in the Q&A for the moment is Cat Harley, who says, "Huh? I thought this started at 8. After watching 10 minutes of the beginning of last week's hangout, I thought I was suffering from deja vu. Anyway, good evening, everybody." Oh,
Mate.
I'd like to think he's joking, but I'm pretty sure he's not.
No, probably not. Thank you, darling.
oh my goodness. But yeah, Jasper, you brought up a really good point when you were speaking earlier about motovlogging and the depression thing, and again, following your example, not to get too deep, but riding again and doing the motovlogging has kind of helped me with that as well, because a lot of people, especially people who don't see me on a day-to-day basis, don't realize that's quite a big factor for me. And depression is one of those crazy, crazy, horrible things that there's so many different ways that you wanna, but just can't help. It can really mess up your day.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's a disease, and a lot of people don't realize that. Like, I'm actually clinically depressed, and I'm currently seeing a psychologist to try and figure out how to fight this disease. And I'm not afraid to admit it. It happens. Everybody's got their own vice, but it just it sucks sometimes. You don't get the motivation that you need. You don't, sometimes you just wake up and you just want to go right back to bed. I don't know. I don't want to get into it, but
Oh yeah, I hear you. I don't want to get too deep into it either.
yeah, it's a terrible disease, man, and that's why I love the fact that we can do this. It fights it without having to be medicated or any of that bullshit.
No, you got it. Thing. Beautiful thing. Like, I refuse to ever be medicated for it, and riding is a big help. My wife and kids, definitely a huge thing that helps. And you guys, You guys right here in this panel, and folks, a lot of the folks that are watching are people that I watch too. Y'all are a big help too. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Absolutely.
So moving on.
My 3-year-old doesn't help me with that though.
Oh man, I think if you ever get to find that camera at the bottom of the ocean, that's going to be a huge help too.
Right. Well, you know what's interesting, and Moto Junkie and I have been talking about it, getting my 3-year-old into motorcycles and stuff. Actually, I'll show you something real quick.
Shut up.
This is a bike.
I'm talking to my dog.
Boom!
Oh, sweet.
Isn't that awesome?
It's cool as fuck.
So we're getting him into motorcycles now with like this little bike thing. But that's what helps me, like with my 3-year-old. As much of a pain in the ass as he is, sometimes he's pretty awesome in other aspects.
That is really, really cool. See, now I feel like I need. It's way out on the porch. Screw it. I actually got my 3-year-old has a little miniature Harley that he likes.
Cool.
It's pretty awesome. It's
Right on.
My kids are gonna have Power Wheels for sure.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. As soon
That's the next step.
as he's 6, I'm definitely I'm getting him a little dirt bike, and getting him out there and just say, "Yep, ride, go ahead, enjoy it," because he loves jumping on my bike. If my bike is parked out in front of the house and we're outside, I don't have to look for him. We could stand outside. I don't have to worry about him going out in the street. He won't even bother. He's either right up against me or sitting on my bike.
That's awesome.
That's it. And he knows. See, he's 3, and he knows. Don't touch the pipes. Don't put fingerprints on my chrome. Keep the shoes away from the paint.
Yeah.
He actually says that.
Every time I get my 3-year-old back from his actual dad, we get him every other week, and the first thing that he wants to do is get on that thing right there every single time.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
I come home and my cat's sitting on my seat.
Another thing you folks probably don't know, but my oldest kid is 20 years old.
Wow.
20 years old. And
How was that when you're only 21 yourself?
He was a very well endowed child.
That's wrong, man.
Oh,
The
man.
doctor
There's
just
so many
popped him out
jokes.
and saw it and was like, "Whoa!"
I took the first paternity test at 6 years old. No, I'm kidding. No, I seriously would love. He's I want to say miniature, but he's just about my size. So he's another me. He's into artistic stuff. I have a couple of paintings. Well, I actually have a painting from him hanging up on my wall over here. His music is insane, and we love all the same things. He's going through his goth kid phase like I did when I was younger, and he's amazing. And one of the things I would love to do is get him to take the class and just surprise him with a bike, and then we just go riding.
Oh, hell yeah.
That would be awesome. That'd be awesome.
So do you think that 6 years old is old enough for them to actually get on like a 50cc?
One of those little dirt bikes. You take them out to.
I learned to ride at 6 years old.
Yeah, you take them out to the little dirt bike tracks and stuff like that, and let them have at it.
Definitely.
From
6 years old, I was riding a Honda C90.
Oh, wow.
Um,
So that's what's wrong with you.
Yep.
my cousin is 4 and he's got a little 50cc quad.
wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
See,
I think I was.
yeah, I want to make sure he can follow the rules and listen to instruction.
Right. Yeah. My 3-year-old doesn't even know how to ride a bike yet, so I'm not going to put him on a 50cc anytime soon.
Yeah.
the Italian kids start really young.
Yeah.
A lot of the Italian kids are on these mini motos at sort of ridiculous ages.
So do the Spanish as well, Skeggy.
Yeah.
The Spanish, they're not going to out 125 riders in the Spanish and you know, in the MotoGP. Left, right, and centre, we can't keep up with them. They're not going to make so much. Mind you, they've got about 4 or 5 friggin' MotoGP tracks around Spain. But
I was going to say the difference is they don't have their bike confiscated by the police every time they get caught.
No.
Yeah.
Talking about MotoGP, I don't know if you guys play video games or not, but
do they what?
I'm not sure if you guys play video games or not, but there's this new game coming out called Ride. It's got MotoGP Central. It's like Forza and Gran Turismo, but it's motorcycles.
Yeah,
Right on.
There's a few guys over here who already got it. They've been discussing it on Facebook.
Yeah, I've played on it. It's pretty cool.
Mind you, that first race on Sunday was bloody awesome. I've never seen a race like it for years. When Rossi went over that line, that was something else.
Yeah.
That was a hell of a race. I've never seen Ducatis go so bloody fast in all my life down the straight. They were like rockets. Yeah. But he's still done them. That was brilliant.
Yeah. Wow. So what do you guys think as far as starting kids riding? You know, what do you think is a good age? Let's start with Yorkshire Biker. I'm going to step over here for a second because I got to grab something, but let's get your opinion. What do you think is a good age?
Well, I was 12-year-old when I got a mini moto, and I ended up rolling down the car park and getting gravel rash, so... I tried dragging my knee and it didn't work.
Wow, dude.
So, I don't know, as long as they're at an age where they know how to be sensible on it and not just be complete retards, then I think it just should get judged on the individual kid.
So, somewhere around 75.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. What do you think, Suffolk Andy? What do you think is a good age to...
Well, I had 3 boys and I bought them all mini motos when they were about 10. 9 or 10 I think it was. And they used to ride it around. And they're quite good. And, you know, all 3 of them ride bikes. But I did have a funny story. My little one, he's a bit of a shit. He's a real little shit, I tell you. He's 23. He's 23 now and he's still a little shit. He took out his mini moto when I weren't home one day, went down the road, and he was the first kid in Ipswich to be pulled up by the cops with flashing blue lights and sirens. And they chased him all around the bloody estate here until they cornered him with 2 police cars. So I hate to feel that. I always remember that coming home and his mum going crazy about it. But yeah, I think I got mine about 10 and they were fine. If I could have got them earlier, I would have done. But they didn't show an interest till they were about 10. Then they said, "Can we have a mini moto?" And I thought, shit, you know, 3 of them now. And they did ride them a lot. They did ride them a lot and went on to ride bikes anyway. So
Mum went crazy and you went, "That's my boy."
yeah. after I'd like grovelled like there was no tomorrow to a bloody policeman, but said he wouldn't ever do it again. So yeah.
Oh my goodness. That's crazy.
I remember terrorizing the neighborhood with all my friends.
Man.
It was always fun.
So, Skeggy, what do you think is a good age to start them off?
Well, back when I was a lad, there was no such thing as a mini moto.
There were no such thing as a motorbike.
Or the what?
Or the wheel.
I think the smallest ones were monkey bikes. But, no, I mean, like I say, my dad taught me how to ride a bike at 6. My brother was 8. He had a Honda C90, which he bought as a get into work thing. And sort of regretted it straight away. He went out, bought a proper bike, and sort of went, "Hey, you two can have this to play on." So we learned to ride on grass to start with, and then we moved on to like a roadway system over here, which we used to do as cycling proficiency tests.
Wow.
Which is sort of they used to do at school with the kids on the push bikes. and we sort of learned how to ride around the road system they've got there, and you've got proper road markings and signs and everything, little mini roundabouts and all sorts of things, you know. And I would say, so long as the bike isn't too complicated, and you know, with that being a step through, it's nice and easy to balance and everything like that at 6 years old. At that age, 6 years old, I couldn't, you know, control the bike on my own, sat on the floor. To start off with, Dad used to sit on the back, and because it was a sort of geared twist and go, it was just a matter of, you know, I did the balancing and the riding and the braking. But it took no time at all before I was off on my own. I was still 6, but, you know, off on my own. But yeah, I would say there's not necessarily the right age for biking. It's whenever the child's ready, individual children, and so long as the bike's right for them.
All right. I think I've actually found a glimpse into the future, and I have a feeling this is going to be Skeggy's grandkid.
Well, funny thing is, we've already been there and done that one. I'll see if I can dig a thing. While you go on to the next person, I'll see if I can find a photo out of my lad.
I think as well, as long as you don't get them a bike that's too powerful for them as well, as long as you keep it to a decent CC and it's not going to, you know, rip off with them, and they can learn to control it, you know, and then they can move up as they get older.
Right.
So let's see, Joe, what do you think is a good age to get kids started riding?
Well, it definitely, my main answer is gonna be pretty much what you said about it not being an age, just about how responsible they are as a kid. But I didn't get anything motorized till I was moved out of my house and bought it myself. So there's that point, and I respect my bike even more because I had to get it on my own. But my mom had a moped that I would go out and steal when I was in high school, and I would used to pop wheelies on that.
Wow.
And when I was real young, my uncle put me on the back of a three-wheeler and just told me to twist the throttle, didn't really explain anything about it to me. And I was completely unprepared to just hop on and be like, here, gun it. So I gunned it, he was on the back. He wasn't after I gunned it. Because the wheel went straight off. I fell off, he fell off, I landed on him, so I had a little cushion. The three-wheeler went straight for about 50 feet and doing its own like ghost wheelie, and then the front wheel came down onto a barbecue grill.
Wow.
So, honestly, I was about 5 or 6, and I had no idea what I was doing. But I've seen 4 or 5-year-olds who know what they're doing and ride just fine. So I think it's how you educate the kid.
That makes sense.
Does that mean I was poorly educated because I was 12 and I crashed it?
No, I think you crashed it because you were just 12.
Oh man! All right, here's a look at my little boy's favorite place to sit.
Oh, nice.
He's always so happy sitting right there.
It's the little beast.
He does. He gets there and he just does not want to move. He's happy in that spot. Oh,
I think that bike's a bit small for him though.
Hey, we'll see. We will see.
The picture I'm displaying at the moment is our Josh, aged 3 years old, 2005. That was taken.
Wow.
And he did have a go on his own at that, but as you can see, he can't reach the floor. But he was able to balance.
Wow.
So I used to sit behind him and let him do it. The only trouble is he had this habit of sort of wanting to go flat out everywhere. You know?
Don't we all?
Well, yeah, but round a little dirt track, on his own, maybe it'd have been all right if he could have handled it. But with my weight on the back going round a corner, it wasn't going to have it. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, Mr. B, your thoughts on this one?
Well, I've got two little ones, as you know. A boy coming up to being 5, and I did say I'd get him a mini moto for when he was 5. So, see how he gets on with it. He's really into bikes, so we'll see how he gets on. But obviously, it'll be lots of practice off-road, on the grass, on the dirt, where it's not too bad, not too road rashy, and see how he gets on, really. But yeah, I mean, I didn't start riding until I was about 7. But he's really keen, and I promised him a while ago. So we'll see how he gets on it. But yeah, I think it's all about the instruction and everything else, I think, as well, that goes with it, doesn't it? I mean, it's all well and good giving someone a bike when they're 5 years old or 6 or whatever, up to 7, 8, 10, whatever. But if you don't give them any instruction, then they're probably going to hurt themselves pretty quickly. So if anyone's thinking about giving their kids a bike, make sure they get instruction on how to ride it first. Otherwise, there'll be lots of tears.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And, of course, going along with this, a picture of Mr. B's kid in the future. Gotta get that knee down. Oh, man. People have been shocked I've been able to do that with the Cruiser, man. And I actually owe that to two people that I mentioned earlier, DeFobra and Mark S4303. I went riding with them last season with another guy, Wendy Dave, and Night Loki. All 4 of those guys, we went out just tooling around, taking the bikes out. And the confidence that I built up from just riding with those guys, man, I was able to do some pretty sick stuff. And go home and wait for my heart to stop beating so fast.
Is that the video where we put up with the famous line in it? Geez, these guys can really shift.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. And the fabulous Jasper, your idea. What is a good time?
I mean, you know, I think it just, it's like everybody else is saying, it just depends on the age and responsibility of your kid. Like right now, my 3-year-old, he's got a learning disability. He's very behind on some things, but at the same time, he's more advanced on other things. So right now, we're just kind of waiting and seeing. Like, we just bought him this bicycle. He's ridden it twice and still can't get the concept of pushing with his legs. So, but I mean, if he gets it and he starts taking off on it, then, I mean, maybe 4 or 5 years old. Who knows? But as it stands right now, Katie and I have talked about it, that we're probably going to wait until he's about 10 years old before we actually get him like a little pocket rocket or a 50cc dirt bike or something like that.
All right, cool.
I think most kids at the moment, they seem to be going the mini moto or moto bike sort of cross scrambler, whatever you want to call them. A lot of kids over here are into them now, big time, you know, doing the little track days and stuff, up and down and jumping up in the air and that sort of stuff. That seems to be the way a lot of the kids are going.
Well, that, and it's really good for your family too. Like Katie wants to get a little dirt bike. Obviously, I'll get a dirt bike. We get our 3-year-old a dirt bike when he's old enough, and then we can go out and have our own little family days on the weekends. You know.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, that's why I can't wait for my wife to take the class. I was determined because, you know, we fell in love with Indian so much that I was going to get her to scout, but, you know, my wife's a tiny little girl. She loves my vintage, and she wants a vintage for herself. And I'm perfectly okay having 2 of them in the house. I'm fine with that. But I'm just thinking, you know, it's 200 pounds heavier than my chopper that I had, and she couldn't get that off the kickstand. And this one she can, but you know that's a big, heavy freaking bike. That picture right there, that is the bike that I have for Constantine. That is the same exact bike my son has.
Yeah, he had that same time as he had the little dirt bike. So it just goes to show how you know the difference. 3 years old, and it's just he loved it, absolutely loved it. In fact, he brought his socks off when he got too big for it. Makes me smile, I tell you.
That's awesome.
Oh my goodness, that is fantastic. That is absolutely fantastic. See, but yeah, that's the same bike Constantine has. That's wow. All right, let me pull this up. And in the Q&A, Bex88 says here, some of you probably already seen this pic. A bit too young then, but has ridden around the garden since about 9. And I will show you. Let me see. I'll show you the picture that she just sent over. That is adorable.
Is that Bex with a beard? I've heard a lady shaves Bex, but that's a bit much, mate. Look at Hell's Angel.
Oh, man. That is adorable.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm going to say if it was male, if it hadn't been Bex, if it was male, I would have said then, you know, and one day your head will look like that again. But being as you female, I rather hope it doesn't.
Yeah, right?
I do like a redhead. No hair, just a redhead.
That's a match, isn't it?
Man, that's adorable. That is just absolutely adorable. But yeah, for me, the way that Constantine has been, like, he's had some, you know, speech issues, like certain consonants he doesn't want to pronounce or doesn't try to pronounce, and you know, we thought for a while he may have an issue with, you know, learning disabilities or whatever. He picks up everything like that, everything, you know, and he's getting to the point where he follows instruction. He does, you know, what he's asked to do. Sometimes you got to ask him a few times, but for the most part, he's good. And ever since he was 1.5 or so, you know, he's been able to do things like, you know, I'll change a diaper and tell him to go take it to the kitchen, throw it in the garbage, and he'd do it. So I know that if he continues along that line, by the time he's 6, he'll have the coordination and he'll have the ability to follow the instruction, and he loves it so much. Why not? I mean, of course, I'll keep an eye on it just to see if things change, but it doesn't seem like, you know, it's going to be that far off before, you know, I'm telling him, all right, we're making the right turn here, or, you know, we're getting off the highway here, so put your blinker on. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what my 3-year-old, that's what we're doing with him. Every time we change the diaper, we're like, all right, go throw it away, or like when he's done with his juice box, we're like, all right, where does it go? And he says garbage can, and so he goes over there. But like, as far as the speech thing, my 3-year-old's having a lot of trouble with that too. Like, are you doing anything, like any speech classes or anything?
We're doing it at home. I work with him a lot when we're together. You know, we'll talk and like we'll sit down and have adult conversations. Like, I've never ever used baby talk ever. You know,
right.
I talk to him just like I talk to you, and he talks to me the same way. It's just the pronunciation. And if we get to something that's particularly hard for him, you know, I'll say, okay, let's slow it down. What was that word? And he'll say it again, and we'll just, you know, We'll do it over. I'll say it the right way, and I'll put emphasis on the part that he's not getting right, and he'll work on it, and it'll slowly fix it. And I'll over exaggerate it sometimes. We watched this show called Dinosaur Train, which if you have kids and you like dinosaurs, it is awesome. It is a great show. Yes, Dinosaur Train is fantastic. I use all the scientific names for the dinosaurs, and I think it's awesome.
I bet you're watching when kids aren't even in.
I watch it. I like it. I'm not gonna be ashamed of that. I think it's great. The only thing that they watch that I don't really get into is My Little Pony.
Wait, have you seen
You're not a brony?
No. I was inundated with My Little Pony because of my little sisters growing up. Every time I hear that My Little Pony, I'm like, fuck you.
I'm like that with Caillou.
I can't.
When I was younger, my mom used to babysit somebody, and all they would want to do is watch Caillou, and he was such a little whining bitch.
I know what it is, but I've never even seen it. I won't watch it.
Well, we watch a lot of Dora.
Okay.
I mean, it's.
Sorry, mate. What you have to watch out for as well, if you've got a child that's dyslexic, one of the signs is balance, and you'll find that their balance won't kick in until they get a lot older than what you think. Like riding a bike, some dyslexic kids can't ride bikes till they're about 13 or 14. So that will kick in, and they're just as good as anybody else. So if a child is showing sort of problems riding a push bike or anything like that, and you think they've got problems, you want to have that checked out because that can be dyslexia. That is one of the problems, and I know that because most people who know me know that I'm so dyslexic it's painful. So I had that problem when I was younger, but once that kicks in, there's no problem. That does take a long while to kick in.
You and me both.
Nice.
I don't remember balance being off with my dyslexia. I just had a hard time with my letters, mostly. Like, my word, I have to read shit so many times that books are so, like, horrible and scary to me, because I'm like, yeah, that's a 500-page book, but I'm going to have to read that book 5 times to understand it.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like reading 2,500 pages.
No, I'm the same as you, mate. I just find it boring, but I just can't be arsed with it. But I will read stuff off the internet now and stuff like that, but because I'm quite good at reading. But like you yourself, the spelling side of it is a nightmare for me, and it always has been, so just one of those things. You've got to live with it and learn to live with it.
I worked it out by forcing myself to read things properly when I was really, really young. If I read it out loud and it sounded wrong, I'd go back and read it again, and after a while with reading, I didn't have an issue at all. Where it really came into play was numbers. Numbers mess up my brain like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
And this is, I'm talking to you after, coming from a corporate job doing finance for a huge freaking company. So, yeah, numbers.
I'll tell you what, Bobby. I'm a lot older than you are, yeah, and I was brought up, in the '60s and very early '70s. An English school as a dyslexic kid, and trust me, they just thought I was fucking simple, and I was treated like a simple person, and I was glad that I left. But I didn't know I was dyslexic till I was about 30. Long story, I won't go into it, but I did find out that was my problem, and now I can look back at it and realise that in the time I was at school, they wouldn't have done anything anyway because they wouldn't even have recognised it, He was just a simple kid at the back,
Didn't even know what dyslexia was.
No. They just thought you had bad behavioural problems,
Yeah.
I always remember my old mum taking me down to the local clinic because they wanted to have me checked out when I was about 10. And they took me down there and they said to my old mum, Mrs. Hutchison, they said, your son's not right. He's got to go to a special school for special children. And my old mum, she fucking slammed the table there. There's nothing wrong with my son. He's going to proper school, And I stayed at proper school because of my old mum. If it weren't for my old mum, I'd have landed up in some sort of special school for bloody children with long curly teeth, That's a That's true as well. My old mum, honestly, I've got to say to her, she saved my bacon that day, I tell you.
Long curly.
Is that something just supplements? Long curly teeth. Oh, Andy, you cracked me up.
That's true though. I've only gone to the long curly teeth school, I tell you. Right.
To have a harder stroke. That was so funny. Wow. I have got to use that one.
I'll tell you a funny story about dyslexia. I went for a job interview, and I got there, and this bloke said, "Oh, hello, Mr. Hutchinson, come in here. I've got an exam for you to do." And he put it all in front of me. He said, "I'll be back in 20 minutes. That should only take you that." And I looked at the paper and thought, "What the fuck is this all about?" You know, I hadn't got a fucking clue. And I thought, "Hey, how do I escape from here without him knowing?" And I looked, and there was a window up the top. And I opened the window, climbed up on a chair, and slipped out. And fucked off. So when he came back, he must have thought, "Where the hell has he gone?" So there's only one door out of the bloody room. And I slipped out the window and pissed off. I always remember that. He must have thought I was like fucking Houdini, I reckon. Oh, I have to do a vlog about being dyslexic, I tell you. Some of the stories I've done to get out of things is unbelievable.
Oh, wow.
I'll escape more times than a fucking prisoner at Alcatraz, I tell you.
Hey, Bobby, I think I found your next bike.
Uh-oh. Oh, now I'm worried. Now I'm worried.
It's a better be a big one.
Look at that beauty.
Let's see what you got.
I'm saying we can't see now. There's only you looking.
Yeah.
Right, here we go. Yes.
Does it come with big shoes and a red nose?
It's got mirrors.
What's it called? The Dorker?
No, it's Explorer, I think it is.
Dude, you put my fat ass on there, it'll be the world's most colorful paperweight.
It'd be a
I feel like those two fat twins on the motorcycles.
Oh, oh man!
What are you doing, Bobby? What you got around again?
If I sat on that thing, I'd have to shit it out again.
No, it's gone. He's going to need a colonoscopy.
Oh my god! Wow. So we know how old we think our kids should be when they ride, but how old will we be when we get some sense?
Men never grow up. We're all Peter Pans to the day we die.
Oh yeah.
Trust me. We never grow up. We always love the toys.
Yep. Holy cow. Oh my goodness. I'm not going to forget that one for a long time. Oh my god. So, we got about a half hour left to try to be sensible. I think we'll get about 2 minutes of that in before we get crazy again. Oh my goodness. So, I'm going to turn it to the floor and see what you guys have on your mind in terms of topics to roll us through this last half hour.
I have new bike fever. Like, I want a new bike so badly.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I still want to keep my KZ, but I want a new bike so I can actually fix my KZ right.
Save your money.
There you go.
Yeah, I know.
And get some good credit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's a big help.
Yeah. No one taught me about credit when I was younger, and now I'm fucking paying for it. I had to put $15,000 down on my car, and it was $18,000 total.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's what you get when you have a 460 speaking score.
Yeah, my credit is so bad.
See, for me though, I was pretty good with credit until I got married the first time.
Always blame that ex-wife, right?
Dude, to this day, I'm still paying for it. I have reason.
I'm so pleased he's here, otherwise he'd be agreeing with you and probably trying to one-upmanship you. From what I understand, he wasn't happy with his marriage at all.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I always remember my first wife. She took my house, she took my car, and she actually got me fucking bike as well. So that was a bit of a bummer, but I forgive her now. It was a long while ago.
Although she's my ex-wife, I must have had the best ex-wife ever because all she took was a sleeping bag and a stereo.
Or you just didn't have good enough shit for her to take.
Well, I mean,
That was
to be fair, she could have wanted the house and everything, but you know, she left and the kids stayed with me. So I think it was one of them things where it was like, look, okay, you know, he's still got the family home, so I'll just take what I need.
Well, my ex-wife told me that I could have the car, and I could fit as much shit in it as I possibly could, and then that was it. I was like, all right. So I had a 2-door Cavalier.
Oh.
So I got ATV, maybe a handful of clothes, and I think I shoved a nightstand in the trunk, and that was about all I got.
Wow.
I always remember my first wife who got all the stuff off me. When she left me, I always remember that day. She came down the stairs, and then she said, I'm leaving. And I said, okay. I'm fucking sick of the sight of her. And she went, okay. She said, here's a £10 note. And she gave me this £10 note. And I thought, that's generous of her. So she gave me this £10 note, and a couple of months later, she had me house, car, and me fucking bike. I thought, what a bitch. What a bitch.
Here's £10. Invest it while you'll be needing it.
Yeah, and when I went up the bank about a couple of weeks later, I thought I better sort my bank out. She'd fucking cleared that out as well. So they're lovely women, aren't they? We can't live without them.
That's right.
Yeah, you can.
Just think how much money you'd have.
Yeah.
Man, I don't feel cool. I don't have a vape.
Oh,
Want to borrow one? You want to borrow one?
oh my god.
Yeah,
Well, I have a question for you guys. How do you guys do the little name and stuff on the screen?
You go to the
toolbox.
Hangout toolbox.
See the little red toolbox that you have there?
Yeah.
And then click on the little head.
Yeah. I'm childish. I can't deny it. I'm childish.
You're used to finding the little head.
That's it. Type what you want in the top 2 boxes.
All right.
And then turn it on the right-hand side of that box.
And you have to flip your camera.
And then it may need clicking, you know, mirror image or not, in which case you do that at the side of the switch. And you'll need to save your presentation at the bottom, or your present.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry, it only took me 6 months to work it out.
I would say exactly how Mr. B and Beast Rider have managed to get theirs so posh, I have no idea.
Oh, I did that in Photoshop. I just I created an image and made a PNG out of it so that it was transparent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you do. Just get a picture, and then you do a custom overlay, and use that one, and then it'll do it.
Oh, yeah.
Ah.
I need to make a fancy one.
Yeah.
I have so much crap I gotta do for my channel, so it's easier.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna change mine up a little bit because that little bottom section kind of takes a whole hell of a lot of the screen.
Oh, really?
Well,
We're
maybe,
working on that, will we?
But I can come back here. There we go.
maybe if your head wasn't so big, maybe it's fine.
Oh man, I got a lot of head.
Look at you.
He's done it.
I totally heard that out of context. So all I heard was you going, I got a lot of head. I was like, damn, well that's a story. Are you gonna elaborate? Or just keep it to yourself?
Oh man. My helmet's a 3X, that's all I'm saying.
Alright, I think I got it.
You have, mate.
Alright.
Yeah.
10 points to Gryffindor.
I always have Motovloggers Extraordinaire on the bottom. I changed it out.
Because you're awesome. Thank you, Skeggy.
Tell you what, Skeggy, I'm going to have sheep shagger on mine, Something Andy, sheep shagger extraordinaire. On mine, I think. It's a pity I can't fucking spell it, but there you go.
You guys are crazy. Well, here's a question for you. Is there anything that you could think of that would ever stop you from wanting to ride? Like, I'm not talking about like, weather or like temporary conditions, but anything that you could possibly think of that would make you say, that's it, I don't ever want to ride again.
Yes. I'm not going to go into details. A lot of the boys here know that I've had a bit of tragedy with motorbikes in the past, and very bad tragedies. And I didn't ride a bike for 2 years because I just wanted to never even open my garage for 2 years, really. But yeah, that's all I'm saying on that. But yeah, I went 2 years without riding, and that was a good mate of mine who got me back on a bike. I've said the story before. He booked a holiday to go to Le Mans to watch the MotoGP, and he said, "You're coming on holiday, Andy? You need a holiday." And I said, "Whose car are we going in?" "You're not going in the car, mate. You're going on your bike." And I said, "No, I'm not." And he said, "You are." And in the end of the day, we did go, me and the missus, and him and his missus, and that got me back on a bike, and I haven't stopped riding since. That was 6 years ago.
Wow.
Wow. Well, I think I have an idea of what got you off the bike, and yeah, I think that would do it for just about anybody, really.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I can't say that there's really anything that would get me off the bike. I mean, if I went down on the bike and didn't get up, I'd probably die a happy man, So, I mean, the only thing I will say this is the last accident I got into was just completely random. I left a light, didn't even get to the speed limit yet, hit a pothole, and got thrown off. And to this day, I still am kind of, I get kind of scared like when I hit a really rough road. So, I don't know.
Talking about things like that happening. You guys know Mike B? He usually hangs out in the hangouts and chats and stuff. But he just got an R1, and he was riding, and all of a sudden, he doesn't know what happened. His front tire went up. He thinks he hit a pothole, but his front tire went up and rode his bike. His dad basically wrecked his R1. It's crazy.
Your mic is not very loud now. I can't hardly hear you.
Yeah, I was just about to say the same.
Sorry about that. How about him?
I got you turned up as high as I can get you, so.
Is that better?
Little bit. Let me see if I can do anything here. Yeah, no, I got you turned up as high as I can turn you up. But yeah. So basically, what you're saying is, he thought he hit a pothole, but his front wheel went up and he went down.
Yeah, and
yeah, I think that might do it for me too. Well, no, I don't know. It would probably scare the crap out of me, and I'd be leery about getting back on. But I think I'd still ride.
Yeah. I mean, I've been in 4 accidents and I'm still riding, so.
Say Bobby had much of a truck and he's still riding.
Yeah, I've been off the bike for over 15 years, so yeah. To this day, anytime I see a truck coming the opposite direction, I start getting a little worried. Trying to move as far in my lane away from it as I can. But yeah, if you get hit head on by a Mack truck, you think twice about riding.
Yeah.
Oh man. But I get to have a lot of fun with people because when they first meet me and they don't know anything about it, if I happen to be sitting and I'm quietly thinking about something, I tend to tap on my head. And because of the plate, you guys have heard? Because of the plate, that sound, it just freaks people out. And they're like, "What the hell?" And I have to tell them the story about getting hit by the truck.
That's crazy. Alright, wow. You're in the R1 before?
Yeah.
I'll go through some of these pictures.
Oh man.
Oh, you
redesigned it.
Redesigned.
Wow. We're upside down.
Wow.
I see the resistance picture or the sticker.
Yeah.
No, I'm just pulling myself a little bit. Man.
Bloody, was that a write-off at all?
Get yourself a beer if you want.
Nah, it's just panel damage, isn't it?
Yeah, right.
Drain the exhaust out there, right?
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah, that would definitely make me think twice.
But like the jigsaw, there's a little ding in the hand in the tank, and then there's like some scrapes on the other side. But the frame sliders took care of it.
That's good.
There's the frame sliders, and that took like all the damage.
They do work.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh man. Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Just be glad for full coverage, right?
Yep. Wow, dude.
Well, so he's okay, right?
What?
He's okay.
Yeah, he's a vlogger up in Jersey.
All right.
Did he get many injuries out of that then, or was he okay to walk away?
He was in full leathers. His dad was in the hospital.
Oh, that's right. He's going for surgery, right?
I'm not sure if his dad's going for surgery or not, but
yeah, I just saw an update.
It happened the other day.
His dad's going into surgery like in 2 days.
Yeah. But
So a speedy recovery.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
anytime anybody goes down like that, it's just hard to see.
Yeah. It's part of the reason I don't ever watch those like crash videos and stuff. So many people are like, oh, you gotta check this out, this crash or this crash compilation, or why would you want to watch that? I don't understand.
No, I don't watch them.
You know, some people say, "Yeah, I watch it so I know what not to do." You don't. You don't see what not to do from those videos. All you see is, you know, somebody going down, somebody getting hurt, bike getting destroyed, whatever. It doesn't make sense. I won't. No, I won't watch it.
I want videos to be like eerie and be like, yeah, this shit does happen. Like, I watch them to remind myself about how dangerous motorcycles are. I don't watch them for enjoyment at all. Because they're not enjoyable.
No, they're definitely not. Definitely not.
A lot of those crash videos, though, I mean, the compilations, a lot of it is, well, a majority of them are like Eastern European, where there doesn't seem to be any rules to the road whatsoever, and nobody seems to give a shit. And you know, the crossroads that they have there is like, you know, green light, red light, yellow light, orange light. It doesn't make any difference. Everyone just goes across without looking anyway, and they just get totaled all the time. But you know, my campaign that I haven't really started yet, but we'll be doing later this year, is the Ride Invisible thing. And it's just basically, you just got to look out for yourself, and you can't rely on other people in other cars to go and look. You can't rely on them to stop at a red light. You can't rely on them to do on anything. And basically, you know, if you want to stay safe, just make sure that you're looking out for yourself. A lot of people say, oh yeah, I know, I'll go through a green light, I won't bother looking left or right. Why? Why do you think that someone else was going to go through a red light? Because they do. So you just got to keep yourself safe. All the crash videos that I see, most of them, I would say a good 98% of any crash videos, it's down to the rider not looking after themselves and not, you know, not basically looking after themselves. They assume too much. You know, if you think you can go through a green light and be safe, you're sadly wrong. And that's where it all goes wrong. And that's what a lot of these videos are about, is people going, oh, I went through a green light, but someone went through a red light and they hit me. Well, then look next time, you know.
Yeah.
No, it's perfectly legal in the UK for ambulances and police cars and fire engines and fire trucks, whatever you want to call them. They can all go through red lights, and they can all go through them really fast if they want to. But that means that if you go for a green light, you could get T-boned by a fire engine or a fire truck. You're not going to come off very well against, you know, a great big truck on a bike. So even if the light's green, you know, look anyway. Just look.
Yeah, I always slow down going through intersections.
Yeah.
That's something I learned to do in a car. Like driving anything.
I have a mentality of everyone is out to try and kill me.
Yeah.
So, what I mean by that is, like, if I'm on the highway, right, and there's a huge concrete barrier between us and the oncoming traffic, if I see a semi-truck driving on the other side of the road, I'm already going to think that 8 of his tires are going to blow up and he's going to come over and break through that concrete and hit me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of morbid, but at the same time, if you can adapt that thought process, that mentality, and you can use that while still enjoying your ride, you're good. You're absolutely good. I have never been hit by a car, knock on wood. Fuck.
I would have just down.
I'll touch my head for you, mate. You'll be alright. I'll touch my head.
Yeah.
Bobby can't because he's made of metal.
There you go.
Oh!
Yeah.
Some of the motovloggers out there, obviously they do vlogging, and obviously the camera's attached to their crash camera, yeah? And a lot of them are anyway. And when you see that, some of them, they go through junctions, and that camera doesn't move, it stays straight ahead, and I'm thinking, yo man, look left or right for fuck's sake, you know, just because it's a green light. Fuck, I can't bear to watch that shit. And then obviously there are those videos where people go through, they don't look, and I do remember, well, I won't name any names, but anyway, it was mentioned today, a female rider who went through a junction without looking, and wow, so close to being killed, it's unreal. And it's just about, you know, looking no matter what. And like you say, the semi-truck with a 3-foot concrete area, yeah, there's still a risk there. So, you know, you plan ahead and you'll stay safe and you can ride in. I mean, I don't ride slowly, I ride really fast, you know, and I'm quite aggressive as well, but I'm also checking out my surroundings and making sure that I stay safe. You know, and that's what it's all about.
I think, Andy, you know, all of us can say it here, you know, we all ride bikes, and we all have to have eyes up the backsides as well. And
Yeah.
you've always got to be prepared for the unprepared. And everywhere you ride, I think that's what makes us better drivers anyway, because we're always looking for that hazard, and you're always looking all around you. You've got more perception of what's going on. But there is one or two cases where you just can't help it. Bad driving comes in and just wipes you out. But most of the time, we can anticipate that and make sure that we ride safe. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing to remember is, even if they've got an indicator on, it's just an indication that they once intended to turn left or right. Don't mean to say they still intend to turn left or right. You know, they might have left it on.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that shit, I tell you, it's crazy. You just got to really look after yourself and just think about yourself and nothing else. And that way you can end up staying a lot safer. No,
especially when you've got a passenger with your opinion with you, you've got to think of their life as well, you know. So if you go out there with somebody on the back of your bike and you ride like a fucking knob, then something happened, you got that on your conscience for the rest of your life. And I don't think I could put up with that, knowing that I'd been a knob and killed somebody. But,
I ride so sensibly when I've got a passenger on.
Oh yeah, Christ, yes.
Unbelievable.
The thing is, though, when you do your tests and things like that, though, they never give you that information, do they? Say, to parties, they say, well, oh, what does the green light mean? That means go. And so basically, you know, that the people go through their tests and everything else, say, oh yeah, green light, go. They don't say it's green light, go, but you know, look out, because there could be someone going through a red light, and make sure you check left and right, even though it's green. Therefore, you know, you'll keep yourself alive and not get T-boned by a flipping semi-truck or whatever. They don't say that, do they? That's what gets to me. It's like, you know, just that little bit of extra information.
You should always put the word "if" after the end of all of that. Go if the way is clear. Go if no one else is looking like they're going to run you down. Go if, you know, someone's not going to kill you. That's what it should be.
I always find, you know, some of you boys know I go abroad quite a bit on a bike, and if you're like in northern, you know, Europe, like France, Germany, Holland, places like that, it's usually about the same sort of standard as what you get here, or maybe slightly better. But when you start going south, you go to Italy, Spain, Greece is a terrible place to go to, Yugoslavia, it's a fucking death trap. They can't drive for fucking toffees, and they don't care about each other. So you have to be more careful when you're touring in places that you're not familiar with as well. Some of them, mate, they can't drive to save their bloody lives. Yeah.
That's true.
But one thing, I'll tell you, I've got a sobering thought, because, you know, I'm passionate about being safe and stuff. And one thing I will say is that anyone, okay, any idiot can drive, and it'll be part of my campaign this year. And you can always remember that, and you can always mention it in any vlogs as well. Remember, any idiot can drive. Any idiot can steal a car. Any idiot can steal a truck. None of those idiots have had any training whatsoever. And that idiot might be in the car, truck, whatever, next to you, who's just about to take you out. Just bear that in mind, and therefore I think you'll get the same mindset that most of us have got here, is that everyone's out to try and kill you. You know, and that way, you'll stay safe. You know, give everyone a wide berth. Don't, you know, it's crazy shit.
Well, and also, people get onto us because we ride aggressively, but at the same time, we ride aggressively to get the hell away from everybody.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Now, I'll be the first person to say that if you think you need to get out of a situation, and if you've got a fast enough, powerful enough bike, the opening the throttle is a better choice for you, then fucking do it, I'll tell you. And if it breaks the speed limit, who gives a shit? You know, as long as you stay alive. That's the road.
Yeah. Exactly.
Absolutely.
I'll take a speeding ticket over a cat speed any day.
Yeah, I'll take a lane splitting ticket all day long. And I've said this in one of my videos that I haven't made yet, but I would take a ticket, and I'll tell the cop, you know, go ahead and give me the ticket, because I'm going to just keep doing it. Because lane splitting responsibly is way better than sitting in traffic waiting for somebody to rear-end me.
Absolutely proven as well. No matter what country you're in, lane splitting is advised, and I don't care if it's illegal. I will do it anyway because it's safer.
I don't know why it's not legal here. I just don't.
About 6 times safer, I think it is.
Yeah.
What's the penalty anyway? Just say that you were lane splitting. It's a good subject. In a country or in a state where it's not legal. What's the penalty?
$200.
Yeah, I think it's $200.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So how much is your life worth?
Yeah.
$200.
Well, there you go then.
$205.
$199. All right. I'm not gonna.
A McDonald's Happy Meal.
But the thing is, right, if all bikers did it, if all bikers lane split, and every time they get stopped and they said, hey, you know, you're lane split, and say, yeah, well, I'm keeping myself safe, and they say $200, say, yeah, whatever, my life's worth more than $200, it's 205, so I'm going to lane split.
Yeah.
Eventually, the state will change the law.
Plus tax. Remember that.
Yeah. Well, you know, Letton made a really good lane splitting video and explained all the safe, responsible ways to do it. And at the same time, just happened to get on camera somebody doing it incorrectly and almost got hit.
Yeah, you mentioned that one last. You mentioned that one last week, and I went and watched it and immediately subbed the channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, actually, I showed Katie that because she was giving me shit in my videos that I've been lane splitting, and I showed her that video, and she's like, "Oh, okay, now I understand."
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of people, I mean, even if you sat still, you know, make sure you're in that middle, you're in the splitting position, because I don't know, I saw a video, it was like 3 weeks ago, where this guy got rear-ended from a truck that hit a car, that then hit another car, that hit another car, that then hit him.
Yep.
You know, he wasn't sat in the lane position. And that's
In Australia, that one, wasn't it?
There's only one situation that I can think of that a motorcyclist, and I'm sure people will debate me on this, but there's only one situation that I've ever come into encounter with, and that was my buddy was on his R6, and the light was green at the intersection, but a cop was coming through with his lights on, so he had to stop. Well, the car behind him, the road was wet, slid to a halt right before he got hit, and the car behind him wasn't lucky enough, smacked into the car and then smacked into him. And I think that was the only time I could ever think of that a bike could not get out of an accident.
Mm-hmm. Wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Couple of questions. Do you get points on your license over in the States?
Yes.
You do. And if you was lane splitting and you shouldn't be, how many points would you get?
I think it's 2.
There's 2 points on there. Yeah, you get 2 points on your license.
And what's your maximum? You know, before they sort of say, right, enough's enough.
12 or 13.
Yeah, so it's pretty similar to ours. Ours go generally in increments of 3.
You can also get classes. You can take classes to get points reduced, but you can only take so many classes every now and then.
Yeah.
You can only take them over here if you get a really good copper.
Yeah. Well, we're getting really close to the end here, so let me hit this Q&A. Sergeant Markins, of course, says he's watching Jasper's tips on getting subs. So.
Wait, what?
Sergeant Markins is watching your video, dude.
Right on.
Yeah, man. All right, and of course, Reggie RR says, "Hi guys." Hi, Reggie.
Hi, Reggie.
Reg RR is definitely cool, and he also says he's got a video of a truck trying to take him out. So I don't know. As long as it's not a crash video, then maybe. I mean, I don't go in for the close call videos either, because some of it is like, yeah, this happens. You can't really avoid it, but sometimes it's like, yeah, you did that on purpose, didn't you?
Yeah.
I get sick of those. So sick of those. I've seen a few of those, and I'm just like, I'm not watching them anymore.
I refuse to watch those crash compilation videos. I refuse.
Yeah, I won't.
I don't watch the compilation ones either. I think because they're quite boring to me because I see it every day anyway on my own bike, so I don't have to watch anybody else's. You know, if they just put up miss things all the time or people doing bad manoeuvres, I don't even bother because I see it every day. You know, on a bike, we're all the same. So it's got to be something really spectacular for me to watch. It's like people keep putting up things with people on phones and stuff like that. I go down my town and I can take loads of people on their phones as I'm going past them. But I don't put them up because I know you guys see it every day anyway. You know?
The point is, if we start, you know, if we go along, oh, look at this dickhead on his phone, that's against the law, I'm filming you, I'm reporting you to the police. How long before they're taking their traffic cams and saying, look at the speed this guy came past me and reporting us?
Yeah.
You know, it's all courses, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
And then compilation videos, the only ones I'll watch is Fail Army. Yeah, hilarious.
The only compilation videos I watch aren't on Motovlogger sites.
Good one.
I knew someone was going to make that reference.
You gotta get that money shot. There you go.
Right on the money spot.
All right, so yeah, we got a couple of minutes, so I think we're just gonna run down the line and say adios, auf Wiedersehen, adieu to all the folks watching, and I guess we'll just do it the same way we've been doing. We'll start with the Yorkshire Biker. You want to say goodbye to the folks at home?
Right, once again, guys, thanks for watching. Take it easy, and don't forget to keep the sticky side down.
Yeah. Mr. Suffolk Andy.
Good night, YouTube lovers. Just a little bit of advice where I go. This is if anybody's going touring into Scotland. Always make sure that you've got a box of matches and some kindling on your bike. Because if you break down in the middle of nowhere in Scotland, you can always make a fire to keep the wild haggis away. Because if you don't, they'll fuck you up a tree, I tell you.
Words to live by.
Where do you get this stuff from?
It's called a sick mind, mate. Sick fucking mind.
Oh, what a way to go on about the ragged.
All right, Mr.
That's my bit of advice, anyway.
Hey, Skeggy, you want to say bye to the folks?
Yeah, so down we go. And remember, thank you.
All right. Oh, I think Joe dropped off. All right. Well,
Could even say bye.
For the sake of Light It Up 550. Oh, yeah. Mr. B, you want to say goodbye to the folks at home?
Yes, surely. Goodbye, folks at home, and don't forget, right visible, motherfuckers.
All right, everybody, Jasper.
Yeah, I just want to say I looked on the computer today and I hit 600 subscribers, and it's a fucking awesome experience. And I just want to thank you guys so much for the support, and I will see you guys in the near future. So later.
Good well.
Awesome.
Hey, Chase, I just subscribed to you as well.
Right on.
Right on.
Then it falls to me, and as I say goodbye, I've got a challenge for Jasper.
Oh, good.
I'm expecting to hear something from Jasper in the future, and just a little snippet. All right, cool.
Yes!
I'm expecting to hear that from Jasper. So, everybody, thank you for hanging out with us and watching Motovloggers Behaving Badly. We will be back on Tuesday, but then you could always jump in on Thursday for Mr. B's hangout, and I'm pretty sure I'll be there this time. I don't think I'll be sick this time, thankfully. So, everyone, ride safe, stay classy. Beast Rider out.